to 2020. In 2022, we started combining everything into one. So now you'll see here this guy. So we'll just kind of watch this develop here. And I love pairing it with motion. All right. So the safety still adds. All right. That cornerback's off and outside. So we post it. Okay. So again, we'll watch this. Safety adds on. Cornerback is off to outside. We want to make a move at the top and post it if that corner's got outside leverage. Okay. Then it turned into, again, we're still reading the safety. That cornerback's got inside leverage now. He's gotten burned on the skinny. They're telling him you can't get beat by that. So now we deke it inside. We need to we want to flip his hips. And this isn't, this is what I wanted to get to now. So now we have 3 plays in one. Okay. And this kid does it better than anybody. But that safety's down. Okay. So if the safety's down, we're going to throw it. That quarterback is going to let it rip right now, as long as he sees that safety come down, or if that safety's flat footed on the hash or just flat footed in general and he likes it. KYP, know your personnel. He has the liberty to throw this play. But again, now it gets to the next deal. Where is the leverage of the cornerback? If the cornerback has outside leverage, we're going to post it off at receiver. If he's got inside leverage, we're going to convert it to a fade. Okay, so we'll run the post corner fade just like this right here. Okay, so that's what this play has turned into for us now, to really where you can't really just cover it with one guy back. Okay, again, so this is kind of the next progression of it is you run a 2-man skinny, and this guy runs that grass route that I was showing you guys from the previous deal. Okay, so now what happens is teams want to leave a safety back. Okay, well, if you leave a safety back, then we won't throw the skinny, but we'll throw the wide open grass route. Okay, if you still, so this guy's forced to roll down and cover the grass route. Well, now we're still one-on-one with the skinny post fade combo. Okay, so that's how we protect it. And again, if you don't add anybody to it, and now you have to, stay too high and drop off a backer, we should be running the ball into a lighter box. So really, it accomplishes 3 things in one. Okay, if that makes sense. But again, right here, here's a great look at it. Okay, that's kind of a KYP. He just felt like, this safety's flat-footed. He wins inside. I'm taking it over the top. That was, when I got on the headset with him there, I said, that safety didn't roll down. His justification was, coach, he had flat feet. I saw Dave win inside. That corner had outside leverage, so I knew Dave could win inside and take it over the top on that. So again, you can take it over the top. You stack that defender and go. Here's another look at it. Again, I love pairing it with motion. Um, it's just a really good way to do it. And it's more eye candy. So again, that safety is pedaling away from the single receiver now. Okay, he's with the motion. That corner has outside leverage, so we should be posting it. Run that bang now. Okay. Safety's down, corner's inside, work your release and run the fade. But now, as a play caller, I don't have to run look tempo and wait and see what the defense lined up as. Now I can just call the one play that I want, and we have 3 plays in one. Okay. So that's what I always wanted to get to. I didn't want to have to, because if I don't want to have to get into look tempo every time and spend the entire clock sitting there, and then I make the change to sluggo, and then the guy says, I'm going to sit back and move outside, just things like that. Instead of playing that guessing game, I'd rather have these built-in adjustments. So kind of air raidy adjustments built into it, type of deal. But again, what this play to me, and again, the quarterback should have handed it off there, but this is an attitude play to me in terms of like, we're going to take shots, we're going to go, all right, and we're going to hit these shots, and that's going to dictate the rest of our offense too. We have a really vertical passing game. We throw a ton of quick game, but very vertical in the passing game, and then a lot of true play action. But again, here this is more of this is a player making a play. The safety rolls down and runs. Safety was down pre-snap, so he knew he was going to throw it. That's the quarterback putting the ball on the money, and the receiver just being, he's got like an 8-foot wingspan or something, massive hands. But playoff team here. Here's the double dump. All right, and then we have it from the other side too. So this is a great catch here. But if you watch this safety, he's flat-footed. We want to throw the one-on-one. And trust in those guys to go make that happen. To me, it's, at first I was like, well, this is a low percentage RPO because it's a deep ball, this or that. It's really turned into a very, very high percentage play for us. Very high percentage, very successful. And again, so just like when we were running those grass routes and bubbles and things like that, and we're running quick game to mimic it, you'll see we run a ton of double post type of stuff and different combos that, if you're going to run a skinny post in your RPO, you better run it in your in your 5-step too. So again, here's the 2-man skinny. Okay. So if you watch this safety, we got corner with outside leverage and a high safety. So we're not going to throw the skinny. So we're just going to read down to that grass route. Okay. But again, that's how you have a built-in protection. So you have a play, you have built-in protections, and you work those as you go. Here we go again. Safety is down. So that safety's feet are getting happy pre-snap with that motion. Okay. I'm surprised he even faked it to the running back. Cornerback's got outside leverage, post it off. And it's going to get repetitive here. I'm assuming, and I'm sorry if it does, but this to me is, if there was, I guess this is the thing I might be most proud of, like in terms of, because I'm not a passing guy. Again, I'm an offensive line guy, but we've got great coaches who help me get what I want. This is why you have to have great assistants, because, I was just telling these receivers, well, turn it into a fade. And, that's the way my brain worked. It's like, turn it into a fade. And they needed someone to come in and give them that transition to, okay, here's your read. Here's how you turn the post into the fade. This is the situation, all that kind of stuff. So, having the ability to share what you want with your assistants, and then having them with the ability to communicate it to the players in the proper way, and selling it, most importantly, selling it also. Because at first, all the receivers were like, well, why don't you just call fade? And it was like, well, we don't want to have to call fade. We want to be right. So if he gives you this, then do that, because again, we're really transparent with our players about like how we call plays. If the defense gives us this, then we do that. Well, they're like, well, if he's inside, why not just call fade? And then it came back to the deal that I said earlier. I don't want to have to run check tempo every time we get up there